Welcome back to the Dream Juice Chronicles, episode 2. I'm Josh. I'm here with Mason and Cade. How y'all boys doing?
Fantastic, man. I'm
Phenomenal.
excited.
And we've got a pretty good episode lined up for you guys. As you know, we are pretty Marvel heavy people, but we've mixed in a few other things with our other interest. We got some news, current events going on, starting us off. Then we're gonna kind of dive into what our favorite movie theater experiences have been, and like what kind of goes into making a good movie theater experience. And then us being big football guys, we've kind of compiled some quarterback attributes and taken attributes from current NFL quarterbacks and try to make the ultimate quarterback. And then in turn, we take Marvel characters and try to make a quarterback out of that, which I think is a fun turn. Got round 2 of Marvel points. I'm going to try to catch up to y'all on that. We'll see what happens. And then we've got another ranking for y'all down the road, and then we're going to be ending it off with a debate on the toughest MCU characters. So, pretty good lineup for y'all. I've got, yeah, man. So, as far as news and current events goes, we've got a big one that dropped today. Stranger Things star Sadie Sink has been cast in Spider-Man 4. What do y'all think about that?
I love it. First of all, whether she's whoever, it doesn't matter who she is. I think she's a great actress and all that. I think she's funny too. Personality-wise, I don't really know what she matches up with best. I think we kind of had the debate about who she is. I'd love to see a Gwen Stacy with Tom Holland at some point, but who knows? I know they're very broad too, so if they do Jean, then by all means, do what you got to do. I trust her with whatever Marvel character she is.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I starting out when I first saw that, I thought it would be a Gwen Stacy situation. Me personally, I don't think I can't. Well, I don't know if there's anything else I've seen her in besides. I think she was in Fear Street, but other than that, I don't think I've seen Sadie Sink in anything else but Stranger Things. I guess that's the exciting part about seeing her in this. It'll be interesting. I'm excited about it, regardless of what it is. So,
Yeah, I think regardless of the character, I'm excited. If she ends up being Gwen Stacy, it would kind of follow a trend of redheads swapping the hair color. We had Bryce Dallas Howard be Gwen in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Then we had Emma Stone, obviously for Andrew's movies. The rumor a couple months ago was that she was in talks to be Jean Grey, which kind of follows in line with the approach that Marvel is assuming to be taking, that X-Men will be a younger group of actors and start from there. And so that makes a little bit of sense. And then another rumor was that they were going to try to start, sprinkling in the X-Men characters. And so there's not so much new hitting us all at once when the X-Men movie came out. So it kind of falls in line. But Jean Grey is also kind of a really important character to introduce as a side character for a Spider-Man movie. And so, regardless, like you said, I haven't seen her in anything other than Stranger Things, but I think it's a good addition, and she's young enough to play whatever character she's in for a long time. So I think it's a pretty fun addition. It's also nice to finally see signs of life from Spider-Man 4. That's the first news we've ever gotten for the movie, and so that's get the ball rolling on this news, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more soon. So
As long as that happens, I know the like with Tom Holland kind of taking like control of like whenever he saved it from the whole MCU Sony debate or dispute, whatever it was. It kind of just makes me feel good about it. The only thing that worries me is if he decides to settle down with Zendaya, then boom, kind of lose it. You know what I mean? But I think he trusts. I think he feels too much obligation to that character just to like not,
Oh, absolutely.
put
Yeah.
it in the right direction. So
Yeah, I mean, he's expressed before he doesn't want to play Spider-Man until he's super old, but he also has expressed like he doesn't ever want to like have a bad entry for the character, and he doesn't want to leave the character on bad terms or on a note that doesn't justify the character itself. And so I know everything that we get Spider-Man from Tom Holland, it's gonna be the right decisions, I
Yeah.
guess.
yeah,
I feel like he's so. I was talking earlier today about how he was 28. That kind of hit me too. It's like with him, I just
Yeah.
feel like he's never gonna look old. I actually just got done watching Homecoming too, and I just forgot how young he seems in those earlier movies where he gets announced. Like he's literally like 15, or they say he's 15 in the movie, which he does seem like it, but he just seems super young. I felt like he could play it till like even if he was 40. I don't think he's aging that anytime soon.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
That was. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say something else about other news. So what were you gonna say?
I was to say that was kind of the big thing that dropped today. I don't know if you're catching up on it at all, Cade, but I wanted to get Mason's quick little thoughts on. We had another episode of Daredevil Born Again last night. Quick thoughts on that, Mason.
Spoilers or not?
You intend on watching it, Cade?
Bro, to be honest, I am far behind Daredevil. I watched after you guys were talking about it, I turned on the first episode, because I've seen only bits and parts of the first show that was out.
Okay.
It's a good
I never
show.
full on watched it. And then I turned on the first episode to see what it was about. Obviously, it wasn't crazy to me because I haven't kept up with it or anything like that.
Yeah, the direction they took with it heavily is influenced and kind of just continues the Netflix thing, and so I would say you pretty much have to watch the Netflix series.
Yeah.
To understand, to really like feel the way that we feel, kind of, I guess, about characters and everything. And so, I mean, you can throw some light spoilers in there, Mason.
You can regard me. You can say whatever you want.
All right.
I really like it. I think for anyone that likes any kind of trial, a lot of people like kind of following lawyers around with stories like that. I think it's the perfect MCU show for it.
Oh yeah.
I think that part's cool. And this new episode's really, really cool. Obviously, it's very heavy with the being in court, so it is what it is. It gives you some action here and there, but you're still kind of waiting for the big.
Yeah.
When's he actually gonna come back and do his thing?
Mm-hmm.
And
I think they're really doing a good job building that anticipation.
Yeah, and then they're adding stuff that kind of helps with it, so they're doing a good job with that. And then obviously you knew the big reveal at the end was going to happen. You're just kind of waiting to see when. I do think, in my opinion, and it was cool and all, but I do think they could have had a cooler entrance or re-entrance, I guess, for him. I just thought, I don't know, and I know White Tiger's kind of not upper level of running the streets, but it would legit look like someone like us could have made that scene.
Yeah, it wasn't like. Yeah, I agree with you, and in watching a couple videos on it, people were saying that version of the White Tiger suit is so it's really hard to make it a translation from the comic books to that. But the other thing is that obviously it would have been cool. It was sad what happened, and would have been cool to see him a little bit more in action before doing anything to him. But what really happens is that the mantle of White Tiger passes down in his family, and really the younger mantle of his niece or his baby sister getting the mantle of White Tiger, they've held it for longer than Hector has in the comics. Yeah. So he hasn't really been he was the first, but he hasn't been the longest running. And so I know months ago it was rumored, Jenna Ortega, someone like that, would be playing a future version of White Tiger. So I don't think we've seen the end of the character or the hero as a whole. So that's kind of interesting going forward. Yeah. But it's still ending off all the episodes in a bang. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I'm excited for it every week. It's been the first time I've been really excited for the show every week.
I know. It's been a while.
And Paradise was great, man. It was Cade, you would like Paradise. You would like Paradise a lot.
It just ended last week, and man, I think really, really quality television. You don't see much of that.
If you know anything about what my video game life is like, or what I like with video games, because I don't play a lot of video games, but the one game that I've truly said is my favorite of all time is Fallout. And obviously the Fallout TV show was phenomenal. Oh my god, that was great. I thought that was better than the zombie show what's the space is in.
Walking Dead?
No, the new one that
Oh, Army of Thieves, Army of
Mandalorian thing. I'm tripping. I can't really.
I
Last of
forgot
Us?
the one.
Last of
That's
Us.
the one.
Yeah.
Last of Us.
Last of Us is good. It's really like well produced and all that. But I think when it comes to like action and stuff happening, I thought Fallout was. Did you watch Fallout?
I watched the first episode, but never picked it back up.
Yeah, me and Scar watched the whole. Like we spent a weekend and watched the whole thing, and it was so good. I like that was probably one of my favorite shows of the year. But it kind of the Paradise Show really reminds me of something like that video game to where they're the Fallout video game, they're in vaults and they come up and you don't know what
Absolutely, yeah.
and so now you're kind of on the edge of like, oh, what's the outer world look like?
Yeah, I mean, they left that completely open to explore. That's a lot of material to cover for future seasons because you didn't get into any of that outside of like a couple flashback scenes.
Yeah, and I think the way they told the story too was really cool.
Oh yeah,
once they relied heavily on flashbacks, which is cool. But anyways,
which I think, for the premise of the whole first season of uncovering the mystery, you had to do flashbacks, and I think they incorporated that really well. Like the second to last episode was the best episode in the series, in my opinion, of like the day everything went down and everything, and then all that. I mean, I think they did a great job. Like that's great job. So
no doubt. In other news, I think which is crazy to watch unfold. And sorry, Josh, if you had something else, but
I'm out.
The Stan Lee, they're making so there's a group of people that are trying to make a Stan Lee documentary that shows how he was mistreated the last years of his life. So that's really interesting. I think also it'd be good to do some digging to see like what it really is. So someone's like really trying to make a penny off his death, and just showing some clips where he's kind of tired or whatever. But at the same time, it kind of alerts you like, oh my gosh, like we've kind of lived the last years of his life really praising him, and probably the high of his life was his last year with Endgame coming out and stuff like that. And so I think that's pretty interesting. It'll be interesting to see unfold, and hopefully like that it wasn't really like as bad as
absolutely. It makes me almost like not want to watch it in a way, just because I don't want to see that almost, just because I have such a good memory of always seeing his appearances, his cameos, and everything, and like I just I know that kind of stuff always takes place, and I mean without a doubt he was such a huge figure, and the older he got, the bigger Marvel got, and so obviously that just like placed an even bigger weight on his shoulders as far as all that kind of stuff, and so it definitely is a interesting thing that's coming out now, and so I'm curious to see how it all unfolded, in his last couple years.
No doubt.
So y'all got any more news?
No news from me. I'm good.
All right, so moving on. With us talking about Marvel and all this stuff, it's nothing. None of this could have been possible without us going to the movies for the first time and watching all of these movies. And that gives us our theories, our opinions, our reviews on all of this stuff, and gives us material to talk about with y'all. And so I kind of wanted to dig into what y'all's favorite movie theater experiences were, and maybe some of the factors that go into having a good theater experience for you guys.
Gage, start off, bro.
All right, so are we talking about, I kind of wrote down movies too to kind of explain, not just like the physical experience, more about like the memorable.
I think anything goes.
Yeah. So, just to kind of go into movie-wise, Marvel specifically, I didn't write down anything. I mean, obviously I have other movie experiences for other movies, but Marvel-wise, I had just three. I mean, three main ones top of my head: Infinity War, Endgame, and No Way Home. I mean, Josh, Mason, we talk about that No Way Home night like no other, man. I was like a perfect night, man. Everyone at the theater dressed in Spider-Man costumes. Just good overall night. We've been waiting for it for a while. We knew what we were expecting. Just everything about that. Infinity War was leaving it in shock. I've never had more me being shocked and after when a movie ending than Infinity War. And then obviously Endgame, you have Same thing with No Way Home. All the celebration inside the theater and cheers, that's just the best thing. You still see videos of that, and you get chills just seeing those videos like that. So, movie theater wise, getting specific into just the theater itself. Cinemark was always my go-to about just going, but recently, me and Mason been talking about this. I don't know if you've been to Cinemark in a while, Josh. I know you're kind of like a Warren guy, but it's just been hot in that theater recently, man. I've been sweating. In that.
I'm preferring cold than hot, man.
You prefer. But I'm just saying, like, it's just uncomfortable, especially those leather recliner seats, which I like the recliner seats, so that's another thing. Warren's cool. I just never been the go-to to go to Warren. I am picky with how it's like they got like Pepsi products, bro. I like Coke. Can't get a Coke at Warren, man. I gotta go buy my own when I go to Warren. So that's just kind of my my thoughts on favorite experiences in a theater.
Hey, let me ask you this: for me being a Warren Regal guy, if you gotta go buy your outside Coke, it's gonna be cheaper for you anyways.
Yeah, that is true. I've always, like, I'm down when people say, oh, let's go get our snacks and stuff. I'm like, all right, man, we're going to save some money. But at the same time, like, bro, like a movie theater drink, like a Cinemark, like if I'm, especially cherry Coke from Cinemark, dude, I'm perfect.
Cinemark does have the freestyle machines, don't they?
No.
They don't?
I don't think anyone in Tulsa does.
Has the what?
Freestyle, where you can get your own drinks.
Might have been Orlando experience for me.
It is Orlando. A funny story about that was I was in Kansas City with Kate and her family, and then I literally asked for a large Coke, and she hands me an empty cup, and I'm not used to it because Tulsa doesn't. I don't think any Tulsa theater has that, and I was like, and then she had to point to me. She was like, "You get it over there." It was like an awkward experience because I wasn't used to it. No, so it was pretty funny in the moment.
Star World, bro. Star World and Big Street has that.
I need to check out Star World again.
Pretty good, actually. Not bad.
They've completely changed all of it.
They remodeled, I think.
Yeah.
It's gotten better, I will say.
It has.
All right.
So I kind of went two different ways. All right. So I want to talk about what makes the experience good. So not so much theater, but what it takes for a movie to be memorable for me. And so I brought it down to 5 different things that makes a movie memorable for me, and that's 1, it's performance. I think anything, and I'm giving a shout out to a couple movies here that didn't make my list, but Wicked, I think watching those girls sing was just, like, that's performance, bro. Like, that's insane performance, and shout out to them. That's awesome. So that's number 1. Number 2 is fan service. So you're making a movie for fans and for their enjoyment, and I think doing that, like Cap getting real near, like Thor riding in Wakanda, that's like fan service to me, to where you're showing some shots that we've been waiting for, and that's why you make movies, man. And then I think it has to be an action movie. I don't really remember too many crazy like movies are like comedy. Everything has a spot, but I don't remember the movie experience if it's not action in a movie theater. So that's number 3. Cinematography, big thing with that is Dune 2, and that's on my list. Actually, that's on my list at number 3 as my most memorable movie experiences. So Dune 2, and I think cinematography is big with that. That helps you remember like certain shots that were crazy. Like I just think of like Infinity War whenever Thanos snaps and he's in the dream world or whatever, and that's like beautiful shot. You know what I mean? And then lastly, how the fans are reacting in the theater. And so I think that's really what pushes it up. If fans are committed to it and are just as big of fans as we are watching the movie, big time. Like I'm gonna remember that forever. Is when we're in the theater, all of us in the theater watching No Way Home, and then all of a sudden everyone can do it. Like that's the most everyone's been a part of it. And so that's what the 5 that makes it memorable for me. So for me, in my top favorite movie theater experiences would have to go number 1, Endgame. It was just fun all the way around. Like everything, fan service, and everything. It matches all of those things for that all the way around. Number 2 is No Way Home, and obviously you're there. We know what it was about, how awesome it was. I have a hilarious story about that I could tell later, just of me because I worked at the theater, I worked at the Warren during that time that you guys know, and so if we have time, I can tell at some other point. Number three would be Infinity War, just the shot. I remember watching it with Cade and like Hunter Arnett. I think it was no me, you,
Yeah,
Hunter
Spencer
Arnett. Really
Hunter,
random. But we didn't we didn't know. Honestly, it wasn't the scale of what we thought. We just thought it was another Avengers movie, and all of a sudden, boom, snap happened. Crazy.
Well, that's never happened. Yeah, that's like never.
Yeah.
That was the first time something like that happened.
Yeah, you could go on and on.
And still, it's been like the only time.
Yeah.
They don't. That's what I'm saying.
The shock of that was crazy. All right, then I'm gonna get like I already told you Dune 2. I already told you why, but after that, I'm actually going with The Greatest Showman, bro. The Greatest Showman is on my top 5 list, baby. And I thought that was it was kind of similar to Wicked, like performance-wise, cinematography, everything in that movie was just so good. That's why it's like a top 10 movie of all time for me. And I remember that watching it during Christmas time. It was amazing. And then really the other one is Dark Knight Rises, and not so much Dark Knight. I don't really
That's a good one.
seeing that in theaters, but Dark Knight Rises, I remember watching. That was my first IMAX movie, and
That's a
so
good
being
one.
able to see that in that setting, and just ooh, darkness is your ally, and then just watching that in theater, and you're like I remember watching a movie like this.
The chant. The chant is what made it crazy too.
Yeah, and you didn't realize how bad the fight choreography is. That's a whole other like session.
I know it gets worse as the years go. Bro, I'm scared. Like you watch that again.
But how dope the shots were, man. And then
Yeah.
so those are really my my 5. Obviously, you have like the shout outs that I gave were Black Panther, Civil War, Pirates of the Caribbean 3. I remember watching that one. It was one of the big ones. La La Land and Spider-Man 1 were all big time movie experiences for me. So that would be my top 5 list. I kind of made that more complicated, but that was my thought process watching it.
Yeah, man, that was you kind of hit it on the nail there with all the kind of points that a movie can bring for it. So that's kind of all my takeaways. I think for me, a big thing is about the room of the theater itself. I love it when you have a big screen. If I know a movie's coming out and it's coming out in IMAX, and I know I have a good IMAX theater, like that's where I gotta go see it in. Like the Cinemark IMAX, that one's not very good.
Yeah.
Like that, it's not wide enough. Like you feel like you're right on top of right up on the screen. But like that one down at the Warren and Moore, like that's the best theater I've ever been in. That theater takes away I don't care that theater doesn't have recliners or anything.
Yeah, me either.
Like you fit as many seats as possible in that stadium, and you have the biggest screen, and that is what I want. If it's a movie I really want to see, I want to be able to experience it on that kind of screen with that sound and everything on it. And to my point there, with all the seats in there, me being, and you guys know this, I'm the one who's getting the tickets for it, and I've caught myself many times, and I should probably stop this because it almost either heightens or lowers my hype for the movie itself. Is I catch myself going back on the ticket app and seeing how many people are going to be in the theater for the movie I'm going up for, because I like to have a packed audience for a movie I want to see.
Yeah.
Simply for the overall crowd connection and the reactions and everything. I'm heading into Brave New World or whatever. It's a new Captain America movie, and I'm going opening weekend, and the theater's not filled out. And I'm like, dang, I'm not. I feel even it won't change my opinion, but I'm going into it man, I'm not going to have as good as experience as I thought it was because the theater's not full. But No Way Home, it's taken me an hour to buy tickets because I keep getting frozen out of the website because so many people are trying to buy them at the same time, and that thing is packed within 30 minutes a month before the movie comes out. And so that definitely, just audience chemistry and everything, and just the theater room itself is probably the biggest thing for me, because I'm always trying to, I know my spots now, but if I'm ever somewhere and I know I'm going to have to see a movie, wherever I'm at that time, I got to make sure the theater room itself is going to fit my needs and create a good experience for me. And so obviously for my top experiences, like y'all said, Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, you can't beat those kind of things. I'd say the first Avengers is definitely up there for me. I saw that one at the Star World actually, and it's almost just kind of like the whole night as a whole, kind of like No Way Home night, which like you're getting into for that night for Avengers 1. I know like I was in 5th grade or whatever, and like my whole extended family was in town for like a high school track meet or something, and like they finished up and all came over to our house, and it was like random like, oh, Avengers is coming out tomorrow, like a bunch of us, hey, let's go see the midnight premiere or whatever, and we pull up to Star World, then everyone's there, parking lot's packed, we get in, like that's just a top-notch night for me. And then another Marvel movie for me, some of these may not be in your top 5, but top 5 theater experiences or whatever. I have Deadpool and Wolverine. Came out when I was living in Orlando, and I was like, you know what? Deadpool's coming into Marvel, entering Disney. Why don't I try to go see Deadpool and Wolverine at Disney? And so I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine at Disney World, and they had a Dolby Atmos theater, and that definitely like it fit exactly what I was saying as far as the theater room as a whole. This thing was a triple decker theater. It had 3 levels to it, and the speakers went up all on the sides around the ceiling, had like an IMAX screen, all recliners, and it was packed out. Like it's a theater I've never, like I'd give the edge to the Warren more because it was more like a stadium feel than this one was, but top notch. And then for a couple movies outside of Marvel, the Batman, I think that was great.
Yes. Yep.
And I think another one I gotta give is Top Gun Maverick. You can't beat like all the flight scenes with the sound coming down on you and everything, and it was a packed theater and everything for me. Like that's just and it's just ends up I think the movie theaters experiences can weigh heavily on your opinion of the movie initially, and I have no problem with that at all. I have time to think about it and rewatch it and change my opinion, but I mean it's just all a part of the experience and the fun you have with it, and so that's mine, man. I think
I forgot about Maverick, bro.
yeah. Great movie. So next, I kind of want to pass it off to our resident quarterback coach here to kind of lead off this next segment for us.
All right, so what we're doing here is we're making the best possible quarterback. All right, out of current QB starters, correct? Current NFL starters, right?
Yep.
And then we'll get into it, and we will do best Marvel characters as well, correct?
Yep.
Good with that? Okay, cool.
So
Doing the Marvel
give
one
us
right after?
Yeah. So give us the kind of the areas and categories we're
all right, so
going off of.
categories, all right, that I'm giving, and I don't want to do too many of them as well. I think accuracy is one that's probably the biggest thing. So accuracy, I'm going to say speed and ball running. So running the ball, I mean, it is what it is. And I'm going to say mindset. I'm going to say size. I'm going to say arm talent. I'm going to say arm strength. So kind of hand in hand, 2 different things though. And then I'm going to say improvise or swagger, whatever. Probably swagger is kind of what I'll call it. Like swagger, just being able to have some swagger about playing position. So that was what I would say are kind of your most important thing for QBs. It's also the most fun to do as well. So, and we're doing this as a group, right? So we're putting together of what we.
Yeah, I think I kind of listed my option or whatever that I can discuss for.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't complete a whole list. I wrote some
I'm
ideas.
Have to wing a couple. You listed a couple I wasn't expecting categories, but
I know I brainstormed before the podcast.
But hey, man, I've got a good list of names here.
I think
so
if you knock it off, how you would. I think if you knock it off, who obviously makes sense. All right, I think ball running. Obviously, speed gets higher, right? obviously speed goes to Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah, my person
Yeah.
non OU bias. I do think Kyler Murray's
Yeah.
faster than Lamar.
Yeah, and
But I'd give ball running to Lamar.
That's what I'm saying. Ball running,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
100% Lamar.
Once you touch Kyler, he's done for.
Yes.
And then I don't know if you guys did this too, but I took this as the approach of I can only list each person one time.
Yes, correct.
I'm not using them in two different.
Yeah, I started getting stuck there too because I started listening. Okay. I was like, I think I had Josh and Mahomes. Like, you're like, oh, because you want to list them twice because they got something good. So
obviously, I think those two are pretty easy. Ball running.
Yeah, I think those are knocked off.
Now, what you want to do, I think now, is you want to talk about who you absolutely have to have on the list, which is Patrick Mahomes, 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where would you want to put him as far as what's his best attribute when it comes to any of this stuff?
So for mine, well, we've already listed Lamar and Kyler, and so you could throw Mahomes in his ability to like escape the pocket, or I can't remember if that was a category.
I put him on improvise, and I think I'm staying.
That's what I was going to say. But his ability to improvise, I put Patrick Mahomes. That's
perfect.
definitely.
You know how many plays that should have been like dead called off plays that he still made a play off of. I feel like I feel like no one else 100%. Is going to be able to do it. So
yes.
Yeah, I listed him under that one.
All right, so improvise swagger is Patrick Mahomes. All right, who else? We got to have Josh Allen. He's the MVP of this year.
I had him for arm strength.
Arm strength. So I put him.
I did body strength for him.
I put him for size.
Okay.
Actually, so I put him for size. My arm strength actually went to Baker because Baker has the longest pass ever thrown as on record in the NFL. Which it doesn't seem like arm strength for Baker, but that was
the stats don't lie, man.
That's right.
But you also look at like Baker's even when you get into the deeper analytics, like the miles per hour on the throw,
arm strength was hard because I feel like most of those quarterbacks can sling that thing pretty far. So it's really that one's kind of just like God, just throw someone there. So I might, in my opinion, I'm saving Baker for another category.
Saved him.
Yeah. For another. I want Baker for another certain category.
I kind of agree with Cade, but I kind of agree with Mace too because Baker, we have Mahomes already for the ability to improvise and the swagger, which is what Baker really fits that. But we chose Mahomes for that, and so Baker's kind of open to.
And I also put Baker
fit.
I put Baker at mindset at first, but then I also
I put Baker's mindset.
Baker was my second choice for mindset. I think Jalen Hurts is a great one, but my main one is Joe Burrow for mindset.
Ooh, so
personally.
All right, so Joe Burrow for me was I was thinking Joe Burrow for accuracy. So most important, who do you think accuracy was?
I don't know. I mean,
I think that's.
I did not get. I didn't. That one's a blank right now as I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm a little blank on those ones. Who was the most accurate?
I don't know the stats for that, so I don't have the stats for it. But I put Joe Burrow as my one that that kept coming to mind just by watching him.
We can put him there. I think a couple quarterbacks fit the mindset, and I think accuracy you can really kind of hone in on one guy.
Okay, so
do that.
You want Joe Burrow for that one?
Yeah, we can do that, and then we can leave it up to Jalen or Baker for mindset.
Okay. All right, size is one. So who do you want? Is there anyone else besides Josh Allen? Size.
Did we use Josh Allen's same height. I'd say Justin Herbert, but Josh Allen's a little bigger.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert does have a perfect size. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like the fact that he's Justin Herbert, he could be better for his size, so it kind of fools you. But I don't know. Just seeing what Josh Allen does with his size.
Yeah,
his size is making a difference. Justin Herbert's really isn't. I guess you would say.
So what are we thinking? So
we can do Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Okay, you got to get him somewhere. Right?
Yeah. What's left?
So you got mindset, size. I'm sorry, we said size for Josh Allen. Right? Yeah. We got mindset, arm talent, and arm strength.
What about pocket awareness?
I had that one in there first, but I didn't. added in there. Do we want to add that one as well?
We could. Dude, I was going to put Kyler on that, but I just remember that sack that he should have seen where he got laid out, and I was like, maybe shouldn't put him back there. You know what I'm saying? Remember that sack? He got laid out.
Who's that?
But I didn't. I said I was going to put Kyler Murray for pocket awareness, but he got laid out on a sack he should have seen. Yeah, he should have seen that coming.
That was his hot guy. Do we want to add pocket awareness or no?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's add it and let's fill it in.
Yeah, let's add it.
Okay.
Might as well get somebody on there.
So, all right. So pocket awareness, arm strength, arm talent, and mindset is what we have left. Some guys we didn't add on there yet. Obviously Caleb, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud. Your big one this year is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I had Jaden Daniels on just kind of an ability to escape the pocket, ball runner speed, and so
Awareness.
like any of those that he can fit into.
But he's good awareness.
Russell Wilson as well. He would be a good mindset one for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive. You have Herbert.
I think Herbert could fit into arm talent, but I also
arm strength
think,
is Herbert. I feel like if that one's open, I put Herbert at arm
I'm
strength.
Sorry, we have Aaron Rodgers still, brother.
yeah, I was about to say for arm talent, Aaron Rodgers is
Agreed.
still out there.
Agreed.
No matter how old he is, I think arm talent, Aaron Rodgers is kind of a given.
We good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers for arm talent. So arm strength, mindset, and pocket awareness.
I think Baker can fit into mindset or arm strength.
You also
So we haven't listed Baker, have we?
haven't listed Baker, haven't listed Jalen, haven't listed Caleb.
I don't know if I'd use Jalen for anything. I mean, I like Jalen. I just don't know if I'd use
Haven't
him.
listed
Maybe.
Spencer Rattler. I'm just kidding. My guy.
I mean, you could use Jalen for mindset.
Yeah,
But-
but I don't know.
You could.
I feel like his mindset was much more stronger at OU and college than it is
I
now.
do like the psycho mindset though.
Yeah, the psycho mindset
I
of
do too.
Baker.
I think Baker
what we're
fits
thinking?
that.
Baker, yeah,
We want to go with Baker with that one.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, and then you can put Herbert for arm strength or whoever else.
Arm strength. Yeah, Herbert did. I did have Herbert in my top 3 of arm strength. You want to do that one?
Okay.
You like Herbert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had him as, anyways.
And then the last one is just pocket awareness. I think this
Jaden.
one would be good for like a Caleb. It could be good for a Jaden Daniels. Probably Jaden Daniels this year.
I'd say Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it sucks to have the Bears O line, but I'd probably choose Jaden over
Yeah.
Caleb.
I mean, he produced this year. He's playoffs, so
Yeah.
top 4.
Mhm.
So our top.
Gotta play it
quarterback,
safe right now.
Our starting quarterback when it comes to this is our accuracy goes to Joe Burrow. Our speed goes to Kyler Murray. Our ball running ability goes to Lamar Jackson. Our mindset goes to Bake. Our size goes to Josh Allen. Arm talent goes to Aaron Rodgers. Arm strength goes to Herbert. Improvised swagger goes to Patrick Mahomes. And our pocket awareness goes to Jaden Daniels. And that right there is a good freaking quarterback.
Hey, add leadership, and we can throw Russ on there.
Yeah. You got to throw Russ in there somewhere, man.
Just throw leadership in there and put Russ
throw
on
it
that.
in there. Here's leadership. Russell Wilson. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it depends on what leadership style you want. I mean, obviously, all of them are going to have good leadership styles, so
Yep.
it is what it is. So, boom, that's your perfect, realistic quarterback. Now, are we doing the same columns and doing Marvel now? Is that what we're thinking?
I like that. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah,
Marvel
man.
on
Let's
that.
get it. Take our little movie Marvel spin on things and play
Yeah.
some Marvel characters. And
So same.
Where
Incredibles.
geek meets... I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Where
What'd you just say?
Where geek meets grit. Right here, welcome to Dream Juice Podcast, Dream Juice Chronicles Podcast.
Dreamy
All
juice,
right.
dreamy juice.
That's the
Hey,
bit right there.
just
None of
put
that
it-
slurpy wurpy stuff you had on the freaking logo thing. We're doing. They're gonna think this
That sounds like you, Mace, in that video.
They're gonna think. No, it does.
It does, bro. It
Hey,
do.
man.
It do.
Hey, man, keep denying it, and I
That's
might
how
have
you
to
sip.
throw the clip in when I'm editing this, man.
Do it, please do it.
Same thing would be.
Hey, just put the same categories for the thing, and then let's get to it,
All right,
man. I got
so-
these written down.
All right.
Yep.
So you want to just go down? So arm. So you got accuracy right off the bat. I mean, you know that one, right?
Hawkeye.
Duh, right? Is there anyone else?
Yeah. No, that's not close.
Good. All right. Speed.
Quicksilver. That's who I
Quicksilver.
put.
Easy. Ball running ability. That might be a good like Cap or Black Panther.
I would save Cap, bro.
I'd
I would
say
save Cap.
Cap. I would say Black Panther. Clint, give
There
it to
it
me.
is. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
there's a
he was
scene right
hurdling
there.
and
There's
he
a
was
scene.
great. That is the
He
scene,
has
bro.
He has a designated.
Hey, add it in the
scene
edit.
running
Add it in the video,
Yes.
bro. Please add it in the video. And then on Hawkeye, bro, you got to add the bow and arrow he hit Loki with, or the no look, the no look.
The no look.
Josh, we have our little nephew Levi. That's one Marvel quote. He says nonstop, bro.
Who?
Oh,
Levi, Spencer.
yeah.
Spencer,
We got Levi saying that.
It doesn't matter what it is. He's like
Clint, give it to me.
he's like,
Give it to me.
he might be asking for like the food on the.
Give it to me.
Like he's like, oh, give it, and then he like resets. He's like, give it to me. I'm like, what the kid?
That's
Love
funny.
it. All right, so accuracy. So then we get into mindset. All right, that's a good one. Mindset.
Ooh.
Mindset. I had Captain America.
Killmonger.
See, this is where the Baker Jalen argument was. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have Killmonger, Cap, for me,
I'd
Cap,
still
I
save
mean,
Cap for
I think you can save him. The reasons I put Cap for
mindset.
is
Is
obviously
good though.
mindset for Cap is literally the whole leadership aspect, and then he also has the I can do this all day. You know that man is
Yeah.
never going to stop.
is true.
Like, he will
That
never
is
be
true.
out of a game.
All right.
You know.
I would put I'd put
so-
Cap
I'm
there.
for it. I'm all for it. Perfect. Cap.
All right.
All right. Size. Where are we going with here? Size.
You kind of. I mean, I don't want to be like crazy and put a huge character in there because that would
No.
look.
You got to go perfect size, right?
You don't want too big. You
Which-
want around like 6'3" to 6'4".
Well, could I say Thanos? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we doing?
Yeah,
What?
That sounds like I don't want to
That's
be
what we're
kinda goofy
confused.
and put like a Hulk-sized
Yeah.
character.
Give me the Hulk, bro. And I was tackling him.
Dude. But I mean, I think if you're trying to be realistic, I mean,
Realistically?
Thor is a bad option,
I was
but you're kind
thinking
of
Thor.
taking him Thor for size.
I was thinking Thor. Yeah.
I mean, who else? I mean, what other? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Thor's probably perfect,
Thor?
honestly. Yeah, I'll go with Thor.
Okay.
Well, I also was gonna put arm strength for Thor.
Because he throws the
He throws a hammer, bro.
It was Hammer. I had like kind of a bit of a wild card for arm strength here. I put down Bucky for arm strength. You gotta have a man with a vibranium arm throwing the ball.
That's true.
Dog.
Might as well do that.
I mean,
yeah.
just saying.
Right there, so we can put Thor as the size.
Thor's size. All right.
You got the vibranium arm sleeve.
You also so arm talent now. Who would that be? Arm talent.
See, that's where I'd want Captain America's arm throwing that shield everywhere, but we already got him on mindset. Arm talent.
That's kind of tough.
What about like Johnny Storm throwing the fireballs or arm talent?
Nah,
Talent.
it's got to be someone else.
All right, we'll skip it. Come back to it. All right. Obviously, we know who the improvised swagger goes to, right?
Iron Man.
I put Iron Man.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Improvise, make something out of nothing, man.
Yeah.
You saw him in the cave, man. That started off everything.
All right, pocket awareness.
And the swagger of Tony, man.
Pocket awareness. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I mean, just his
Senses.
elusiveness,
Yeah.
his ability
Oh,
to,
his
his senses,
Yeah.
His
his
senses.
awareness, man. Like,
He literally, he has the best awareness on any character.
All right, so I feel like we're missing a good one for the arm talent. Like, there's got to be something here that.
Something out there, man. Ooh, Doctor Strange.
Arm talent. Who like never misses? I'm trying to think here. Man, that's tough, dude.
Arm talent.
Do you go like?
Arm talent.
I was gonna
You
say
said what?
Because he's accurate and doesn't miss his shot, but
That's accuracy, though. We need arm
Arm
talent. We need someone who can like be flexible and modern ways of throwing stuff.
Scarlet
Throwing a football.
Johansson.
I would say Scarlet Witch.
Black
I was
Widow?
gonna say Scarlet Witch. That can make sense.
Scarlet
Throwing her little magic bowls.
I don't know. This one's a tough one. I didn't expect
It
this.
is.
Talent.
And we're just going off the dome here of characters. So obviously,
Yeah.
probably some mutant or something that would be a pretty good. Man.
I mean,
Who's the one that threw? Who's the one that threw? I'm just thinking of who threw the gauntlet, right?
Threw it?
Who threw the gauntlet?
An Endgame? Everybody?
through it, everybody, dude. I mean, it was Hawkeye to Black Panther to Spider-Man to Captain Marvel, to Tony.
We might just have to
Blank that mug. I don't know.
Blank
Bro.
it.
So there's
I
got to
don't
be
know.
somebody. There's got to be somebody.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
Thor.
how about
Do we give it to Thor and give someone else size?
I'm good with
you could
that.
say Ant-Man for I don't know. I know he throws those little discs, those shrinking and growing discs, but that's just something I'm picturing of someone to throw in something.
Let me pull out the encyclopedia.
Do we choose Ant-Man for size?
Oh, well, that makes
Hey,
sense
man.
in a Marvel universe, yeah. Marvel universe.
If he gets
quarterback.
he's normal sized man, he's about to get sacked and shrink himself.
There-
He's truck someone he can grow.
He'd be a touchdown after he grows, probably.
Dude,
Daredevil might be good. Yes, no.
Hey, just do Black Widow, no?
Frank Castle, Vision. Maybe I don't know.
Nah, Vision weak, bro. I hate Vision. Vision missed Falcon and hit Rhodey.
Hey, War Machine's not a bad size.
Yeah, one. Technically, all the comic book sizes of everybody is like way.
Oh, it's way off. Or how about this? Do we put Hugh Jackman Wolverine for size and go Thor for arm talent? Because
Yeah.
comic Wolverine is 5'3", so that doesn't work. But Hugh Jackman
He's like
Wolverine,
5'9", no, isn't he?
Hugh Jackman's like 6'4".
Is he?
There's no way Hugh Jackman's 5'9".
You're right. I'm just trying to get myself hope. Right?
Yeah, just do that so we move on to the topic. I don't think
All
we're
right.
gonna find anybody.
All right, so
Yeah.
Wolverine goes to size and Thor.
Goes to arm talent.
So, all right, the perfect Marvel quarterback, and really just using heroes and like popular heroes here. At the you got Hawkeye, speed you got Quicksilver, ball running ability Black Panther, mindset at size is Wolverine, arm talent Thor, arm strength swagger is Iron Man, and pocket awareness is Spider-Man.
Not bad.
Pretty good, right?
Not bad.
We don't have to make a little graphic of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta do that. We gotta get that.
All right, so next up is a segment that I'm not sure if I'm excited for or not, but it is time for round 2 of Marvel Points.
I was wondering what you were gonna be excited for.
Man, yeah, after last week, man, I was kind of a hard introduction into what I was really getting myself into with what you guys brought, but
Hey, this year redemption for you, buddy.
oh yeah, it might take a couple episodes for redemption for me, but we'll see what happens, man.
I'm excited. I gotta bounce
Anybody volunteer to share
All
their
right.
quote first?
I'll go first here, all right? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. For everybody wondering, we give a quote out. The other two people have to guess it. They show it. Half a point for the correct movie, half a point for the correct character. And if neither person gets anything right, then are we giving half a point or a point to the person who gives the quote?
So if neither gets it, yeah, the other person just gets a half point or 2 halves.
Yeah.
Because let's do that. 1 half point for both of them missing it. The only way you can gain a point
Yeah.
is for both of them missing it, and that's only
Yeah,
half
so
point.
it's not like too many points for not
That's
getting
good.
it
That's
right.
good. That's good.
All right.
Good.
So
Let's go, Mace.
All right, here we go. My quote, my Marvel quote is this. Why would I put a finger on this throat?
you repeat that.
Yeah, it was quiet.
Your mic went out one.
Okay, why would I put a finger on his throat?
Dude. We're getting hard now, huh?
That's
That
how
didn't-
Yeah.
That didn't ring a bell. That didn't even ring a bell to
This
me.
is one of the more.
No, it didn't need me either.
It doesn't even ring a bell.
That didn't ring a bell for
Dude.
me. Why would I put that?
I put up a 0-point
Put a finger on-
performance back to back.
Josh, no.
Okay, you gotta get this, man.
Say it again. Can you say it like how it's supposed to be said or something?
Why would
You
I
what?
put a finger on his throat? Man, y'all blank.
I don't know, man.
Man, give me my Marvel points, man.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna write something down.
Hey, one more time, Mace. I gotta envision this.
Why would I put a finger on his throat?
Dog, you didn't even say it. You just
I think
mouthed the quote.
hey, so I think I know who says it, but I think I'm gonna get the movie wrong.
All right, go ahead. Who's up
I'm gonna be
first?
way off.
Who's going first?
I'm good. Whenever Cade has his down.
All right, I'm good whenever.
All right, 1, 2, 3, show it.
Oh, now that Cade says it, I think he's
Yeah.
right.
Cade is
Now that makes so much.
What movie?
right. Guardians 1.
Dang it! I was gonna put that.
It's when Star-Lord
Dude.
is trying to talk him out of killing the other guy. And he's like,
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dang, bro.
After seeing that definitely made more sense. Dang, that's.
I'm proud. I'm surprised I got the person right.
Man, so Cade got
I got a half.
half.
Dude, I only
This is
said
bad, guys.
2. I just was spitballing. I said 2 because Guardians 2 is a lot more funnier to me. So I was like, let me just put 2 because I remember laughing at that one more.
I like Guardians 2. I actually think Guardians 2 is funnier too, bro.
Guardians 2 is
Yeah.
funnier, but I like Guardians 1 as a movie.
Yeah.
I like
better.
Guardians 2 better, honestly.
I like Guardians 1 movie better, but Guardians. I mean, I like them both, but Guardians 2 had me dying.
Yeah. All right. Cade, you or me?
You go for it, bro.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I tried to start a revolution, but didn't print enough pamphlets, so hardly anyone showed up.
Do you know that, Mace?
Yeah.
I don't know if that rang a bell for me either.
Mace acting like he got it so quick, it makes me.
Hey,
know
stressing. Look at him. He's like, he hit you quick. He hit you quick with this, bro. Hey, put that as the thumbnail right here. Pasting on the thumbnail. Marvel quotes got me like. Say it one more time for me, Josh.
I tried to start a revolution, but didn't print enough pamphlets, so hardly anyone showed up.
Oh, I think I'm gonna get who says it again, but not the movie.
You got your answer, Mace?
I got it. You ready, Cade?
Yeah, I think you got it.
All right, I'm ready whenever. I
right.
don't know.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Mace is correct. This is Korg in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, I want to go.
And when he's talking to Thor right before he goes into the arena to fight Hulk.
Yeah, not ringing the bell for me.
Wait. We said 2 points, or it's
You got 1 point. It's half a point for
it's
each.
half. Okay.
God, Mason's about to run it on us, bro.
Oh, dude, what you mean?
I'm more worried about me even getting on the scoreboard.
Have you yet? You still haven't, I
No.
guess?
No.
Hey, this one, I got a good one for
I
you.
don't even
Then.
have a half. I don't even have a half, dog. I didn't even guess the right
I
movie.
don't
or
even got it.
anything.
What am I at now, Mace? What's our totals now?
Bro, let's finish and I'll tell you the totals.
You're
Quote,
right. All right, you ready for my quote?
Yeah.
Josh is panicking, bro. All right.
You even said leading up, you're gonna. Oh, I can't wait for y'all not to get my quote. So it's like,
Well, I'm ready for you not to, but I think you will. You'll see. You're ready. Captain America, God's righteous man. I even have a name in there, so I feel like that even helps y'all out. Is that a whole name is in there?
I got it, bro. It's easy.
Well, you're like this after. You're like, oh, I don't know, man. Josh, come on, get on the board, bro.
dude, I'm blanking.
You're blanking?
Dude,
You're not gonna guess at all?
I have my answer. It ain't gonna be right though.
All right, and 3, 2, 1. Josh, you're wrong. Mace, slide it over. Gosh dang it, he's right, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
Give me that money, boy. Love that.
We gotta shut this man down, bro. So give us total. Give us the totals.
Oh man, to end off round 2 of Marvel points. Mace, what are the scores?
Wait, hey, you didn't get Josh's?
I didn't get Josh. I didn't get
No,
Josh's
Kate did not get mine.
at all. I got a half on yours.
So I got +2. Kate got +half. Oh no, where'd the other sheet go? Oh, I had it on the notes. I'm tripping here. All right, so the notes. So the total, running total here. We'll put a little graphic on the screen one day, but the running total of our Marvel points is Mason is at 4, Kate is at 2, and Josh is at a whopping 0.
Josh,
One
what
day,
are we
dude.
gonna do with you, man?
What are we gonna do, Josh? That's funny, bro.
Oh man.
Let's keep it up, man. Let's keep this rolling, man. That's really
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah. All right. So last episode, and yeah, I'm moving.
He forgot there was a whole podcast still going. He was thinking about. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. We got other stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start doing it
so-
at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. So there's been a big issue that has come up, and then something we were all complaining about last episode with the Marvel intro for Captain America: Brave New World. They obviously switched it up. Nobody liked it, or whatever.
Ain't nobody liked that
He
mother.
said
No,
nobody liked
it's the
Nobody liked
No,
it. Did you
nobody.
speak to everybody?
but that kind of it got us all thinking. It got me and Kate thinking because Mace just leaving the room on us.
Yeah, man.
But,
What are you doing, dog?
but
Look, it's his Marvel quote strategy whiteboard behind him.
Gotta get right.
Yeah. He studies
But-
it.
all that being said, that intro was so bad that it got us thinking, what are the best, Marvel intro title card things? And it actually kind of, surprised us at the actual variety of them all. You'd think, more of them would be kind of the main classic one, but there's actually quite a big difference throughout Marvel's history. And so we each have our top 5 Marvel intros, and so this isn't like the intro scene to the movie, but like the actual Marvel title cards coming across the screen. So do y'all want me to go first, or do any of y'all?
Josh, you haven't gone first yet, so go ahead.
All right. So this is obviously I took into account that it was Marvel, not MCU. So I maybe have a couple, other
Yes.
but I wanted to rattle off a couple honorable mentions because after watching them all, there were actually quite a bit that I really liked. And so I'm gonna give honorable mentions to Civil War. Loved the Captain America theme there. Honorable mention to TASM 1, the first one. It was a good intro to what Andrew's theme was gonna be. I thought that was dope.
What was the last one? Sorry.
TASM 1.
Okay.
Honorable mention to Endgame. Obviously, they showed the Hawkeye scene before that, and so it was kind of a good transition out of that scene and into the first scene of Endgame. Honorable mention to No Way Home. I think it set the tone pretty fast. The only thing that doesn't put it in my top 5 is it took we'd already heard that audio and the lines from Mysterio before. And then I want to throw in the intros for Wakanda Forever and Captain Marvel because they were both tributes to Chadwick Boseman and Stan Lee. I thought both those were really cool. But number 5, I have the season 1 finale of Loki. I thought it was really cool having like the ending song of Endgame that Cap and Peggy danced to, but then you had that in the background, but then you literally have like quotes from the entire MCU all coming together behind it. I thought that was like a really cool, and it represented like the finale of Loki because they were at the end of time around everything that had gone on in the MCU. So I thought that was really cool. Number 4, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. We got an introduction to Spider-Man in the MCU in Civil War, and we finally got Spider-Man fully in the MCU, and he got his first Marvel movie. And I completely forgot about this until I rewatched it, but just the hardcore Spider-Man theme that was playing into it, like, really got you in that mood. Like, dude, we made it. We got Spider-Man in the MCU. Like, it was really cool. Number 3, I have Avengers: Infinity War. That one, the anticipation. Number 3. But it was my number. I had to move it down a little bit after rewatching all of these. Number 3, like the anticipation in this movie, like I don't know if it can be recreated, and everybody was so like excited for it. And then the movie started rolling, that title scene started playing, and it kind of set the tone, and everyone like completely just like shut up immediately.
You gotta get that dog look.
You got it immediately like created an unsettling feeling in the theater, because it was like right off the bat, it's like this ain't no regular Marvel like movie you're about to get into here. Number 2 for me, I have the intros for Tobey's Spider-Man movies. You have the classic non-MCU Marvel intro. I love like the comic book,
the noise,
flipping pages things, and you have Tobey's Spider-Man theme playing in the background or like ramping up in the back of those and all of them. And I think that's is so nostalgic, and like that was just an all-timer for me. And then number 1 obviously is just the classic Marvel MCU theme. Started in Doctor Strange, I believe, but I mean, if you didn't include that, it's fine. But like, that's just always a number 1 for me. And every time I see that playing on something new, I just like it's a warm feeling, It's a feeling. It makes you feel good, man.
It does.
You come see a Marvel movie, and
it does.
Like, and that starts playing, and you're like, all right, we're back. We're getting into this again. And,
I'm ready to hear it again, man.
Good. So that's my top Marvel intros.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
stuff,
I gotta admit, bro, you talking about there's just some like
Mad I left out some?
No, not
Or you
that.
mad at some I chose?
No, I'm not really mad at anything. I mean, you have your own opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? But,
the homecoming one was a curveball, man. I didn't know I was going to put that one in there, but
yeah, that's the only one I do have to speak on. I do have to speak on.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
if you don't mind, Mace, I'll go ahead and go next so I can remember.
Mind. I really
Huh?
do.
What'd you say?
I said I mind.
What'd you say to me? I'm playing. So if you mind, go.
All
right. Honorable mentions. Top 6 through 10. I'm just gonna go run through them quickly. Winter Soldier's at number 10. It's just kind of a mix of the original one. It's just a little different. I kind of liked it. I did have to go through that video to kind of like see all the specific differences between all of them, but I actually like that one. It's a little mix of the original. Number 9 is Ant-Man. It had the Mexican music. I just liked how they had a new intro. It was surprising. It was a good surprise. Whenever they add a different one here and there, it's fun, but as long as they keep going back to the original. Number 8, the classic paper flipping. I mean, that's not like top for me, but I just like that. It's the original, stuff like that. 7, Far From Home, Remembrance of Tony. Like kind of what Josh was saying, the remembrance of stuff of all the characters, or Chadwick dying and stuff like that, and Stan Lee. Number 6. So number 6 and number 5, you're gonna know this after, but I did have, let's just say 5. 5 is basically the original, the one that makes you feel good, the one that feels like home.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always going to want to take that, but it's just at 5 if we're like specifically getting into detail. I can't say anything, but other than it feels like home. Number 4 would basically be or no, sorry. So yeah, number 4 would be. Hold on, I think I had this right. It got a little mixed up there. I'm going down. So 5, and then next would be Across Spider-Verse mixed with Into Spider-Verse, the glitch intro. Those are sick. I like those a lot. I like those a lot. Specifically Across the Spider-Verse, I like that one a lot. Sick. Then next,
It's sick.
it's so sick. And then next, I would say this was basically 3. Yeah, this is 3. So original Spider-Mans, I have at 3. All of them. You know, bro, that's just like blood flowing. I'm pumped up. Like, that's what I wish. I wish we got that whenever. I'm still fine with No Way Home. What are you laughing at? I'm trying to explain stuff right now. I wish we got that theme song whenever he came into No Way Home. I still was fine with how they came in stuff, but like that's how I envisioned it. I was like, can you imagine if that came on out of nowhere? Yeah. Goodness gracious. Number.
Why are you making like? Oh, no, just keep going, buddy.
I'm talking, dog. Number 2, Infinity War, man. The silence, the Asgardian call for help, man. You're like, okay, what's going on? Same thing Josh said, you know. It's like, oh, what are we getting into? Should have known. And then at number 1, I do have, you might say something, but it's cool. No Way Home, number 1. That is but that revolves around the whole what we're getting into. We waited so long. We're going in hearing Mysterio again on the news report. We waited so long just to get to that, and it's taking place right after that. And it's like, we had so much curiosity. We're like finally about to know. We have Toby and Andrew we're about to see. It's just, I don't know, the whole experience is what made that intro so exciting. I got super chills. I will mention, I was watching that video earlier today in the car. That's the one intro I got actual chills again watching was No Way Home. Got
your blood flowing like
Huh? Yeah, like I was like, gotta put that. I got actual chills, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got my blood flowing like.
My note on Spider-Man: Homecoming, bro, was like, I mean, after watching the movie, it's just like, well, the intro song. It just doesn't compare to the original Spider-Man's, like the
The reason I didn't like put that, and obviously Tom ended up getting like kind of his own theme, but it was kind of a play on just like the classic Spider-Man.
Yeah,
theme,
I did like
that's everything.
What you said about
it. That was like it was kind of like Spider-Man is here, he's arrived.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that part.
Kind of like a play on it.
I agree with that part, yeah. Other than that, yeah, it's not like anything that gets me pumped up. It's just like, but I agree with what you said about like, we're finally getting Spider-Man.
I might have jumped the gun on it, man, but like after rewatching them, I was like, this one might crack my top 5.
I will say the only time I ever liked Tom's theme song is the end of No Way Home. That's the only time I like it. The snow, new suit. That's the only time I really like his theme song. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
With the big choir and all that.
Yeah, the big choir. Yeah. So.
All right. Nice.
Let's go, Mace.
So, I mean, y'all hit pretty much every one of the ones I said, so I'm not going to go into detail of everything. I did have the Loki Close one on my number 5 because I love it. I will say it raised my expectations to where I didn't love like the ending. So I just thought there was going to be more to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's hinting at other people going to be in it. But it's what it is. Number 4 is Spider-Man 1. There's a slight difference between those Spider-Man 1 through 3s. And
as in Toby?
Yeah, Toby, the Spider-Man 1, 2, 3. There's a little more drums to the first one, and I just like,
yes.
Every time I hear that, bro, like it puts me back, and I'm
childhood.
Yeah,
that's what. Man. Like I remember seeing that in theaters. It was like the first movie I rewatched something in theaters was that one. It just blew me away. It was crazy. Yeah. I was like, blood.
You'd watch those in those fold down TVs in the car too. That you had to put DVDs in. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
Missed that. And then my number 3.
You want your mic went out.
So, hey, what?
Your mic went out.
You can't hear me right now?
I hear you.
You're good now.
I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Thought the mic would be cool. Number 3 is No Way Home. Self-explanatory. You hit it on the nail. Number 2 is Into the Spider-Verse, because that mug was crazy good. Love that. And the number one by like a far shot was Infinity War for me. It was the perfect intro. It's one of the most perfect movies of all time. So.
It is.
And then some of my, I will say, honorable mention. The WandaVision was really cool. I went from like a regular, and then it shifted to old school TV. I also like Black Panther, obviously, like the purple, and then it was just him, which I thought was really cool. I think it was Black Panther, right? It was just him.
Yeah.
And then, and then Amazing Spider-Man, just the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Sorry, I really like the.
You like 2 more than 1?
Yeah, I didn't think it was. No, I think Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think I.
2. After looking at it, I thought it was. So I had 1 because it was more of Andrew, like an introduction to Andrew's theme. Yeah. 2 was like more of the. It tied into the music of the scene of his parents.
Yeah, that's right.
Like crashing the plane or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. But y'all hit it pretty much everything else that I wrote down. I thought all of it was love all of it. I think Iron Man 2 is also a good one where it just kind of like introduces. It's not so much noise, but it's like the background of the interview from the first one. Kind of the same thing as No Way Home, right?
Yes, I picked up on that too.
Yeah, so pretty good.
Not bad. Not a bad little ranking. So to end us off, we kind of had another debate, and we kind of listed some characters we like. Cade, would you like to lead us off on this one? This was kind of your idea here.
Yeah. So this was this topic kind of leads into toughest MCU characters. That doesn't mean strength really. This consists of basically Captain America saying I can do this all day. I'm not saying he's number 1. I will tell you guys I got ideas. I didn't make a strict list. I wanted it to be a group debate because it is hard. I told y'all in the message it is hard. I cannot decide. And after me watching the movies again, I'm oh man, this man tough. Like, oh, he did that. But this is let's kind of go through together, create a top 10 list on toughest MCU characters, consisting of just basically you go get knocked down and getting up again. I mean,
I'm glad we're doing this together. I was not able to make
it's hard
list myself. I was able to list maybe 5 characters, just solely based on that. So I have my options here, but are there any right off the bat that y'all are like definitive? This has to be in there.
I have tied at number 1 and 2. I mean, you guys can correct me too, but I mean, I'm thinking of. I mean, I know Thanos is like an alien, bro, but still, like he was taking hits from the Hulk, bro, like just for fun.
Well, yeah, one thing I put Thanos. Obviously, one, he took a Hulk. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only physical damage he showed in any of those 2 movies was the one cut that Iron Man did.
Exactly.
And
got his head chopped
he was not going to be defeated by anything physically. It takes him getting dusted and snapped to have him beat. Like, physically, he was not going any kind of hit. Like, he was taking he went in a battle with Doctor Strange and like straight up like took all that. Like, it's not just all that for a drop.
Yeah, I had him at number 1. So
yeah,
got it.
Is this pain tolerance to let me stand by?
I think that's part of it. I think that's a big part of it. Like,
because I think pain tolerance is a whole different aspect of it. Because I think like Captain America, I think
that is pain tolerance but it's like I think it factors into just like your ability to come back from taking and beating, ability to get back up, and all that stuff.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, yeah, I did put Deadpool, Wolverine, and Daredevil. They're all. Yeah, I didn't know what to do about those because
especially that original show, man. Like Daredevil, like dude, he gets the hell beat out of him, and like he is literally always like, no matter how hard he gets beat or whatever, like within.
But they do
the next 5 minutes of the show, he's like, dude, I got to get back out there, and it's like. So.
Yeah, with the whole self-healing, like regardless, physically they're gonna get back up because that's just them healing. So I didn't know what to do about those. I did put literally Daredevil, Deadpool, and Wolverine as a side note because I don't know if we want to include those because, their body's gonna automatically get them back up. And otherwise, you have Cap that's just choosing to get up when he could stay down. So that's like the difference I see in that.
I think Cap definitely is more tough. I'd put Cap and Daredevil over Deadpool and Wolverine simply because they don't have the regenerative healing like Deadpool and Wolverine do.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if all 4 of those characters are in there.
Okay, I like that. We can just kind of consist them with Cap at 2. At number 3, shoot, I did put Killmonger just because bro just decided to scar himself for fun and kill everybody. And then if he had more movies, it's hard to say because he doesn't have more movies like we said, but still, like, and also, like, I don't know, he had took a vibranium spear to the chest and was still, like, talking to T'Challa.
Oh no, he chose to die. Like he easily.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, and he scarred himself. Like, like he could. He's if he had like 1 or 2 more movies, it's probably no doubt he'd be at 3. It's just hard to say. So unless you guys can think of anything else,
I mean, I think you can obviously throw Thor in there at some point. Just simply off of like you said, the quote that Yelena said in Black Widow. Of, you know, I don't think Thor's going to have to take an ibuprofen or whatever after a fight.
Yeah.
Whatever, all that. And then...
But does that necessarily make Thor tougher, or does that make Black Widow and them tougher? Because that makes me think Black Widow and Yelena, I'm like, dang, yeah.
I mean, you could put that in there. And then one more name. Obviously, I think you have to put Spider-Man in there somewhere. Just his willingness and his toughness, like, always throwing himself back out there no matter his... physical condition or whatever, just to help the people around him. You know, that's a big aspect to his character. I mean, even like, you know, Spider-Man Homecoming, he's pinned underneath whatever he is on the beach or whatever and having to will himself up, holding the ferry together. Yeah. Or, you know, just multiple things.
Yeah, so, I like that. So,
I mean, I think all those characters can, as far as ranking them, that's just the tough part. Right there.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Actually, we can just kind of go down 1, 2, 3 what we're feeling. But I also had Nick Fury on the list. Like, you kind of see a lot of scenes where he's just like, I mean, he's just straight up.
That man survived whatever it was from Bucky in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that whole scene in Winter Soldier, and then
I thought he was dead, man. First time I was watching that, I was like, we really killing off Nick Fury this early in the MCU. But.
I had him on the list. And then...
Who? Vision?
Vision? Why would I put Vision on the list?
Durability? I don't know, bro. I'm confused by the listing.
You could have said that at number 1?
You said Nick Fury and then you said Thor on the same list.
I'm talking about toughness, bro. The thing that could, well, I guess it could be a confusing topic because I also think of people that are just human. And I'm like, oh, they're just human fighting the same battle as, like, people with...
Thor's not human, bro.
I'm not talking about Thor. I'm talking about, like, Black Widow and Nick Fury. I'm talking about the humans I am throwing in.
You hate Vision, too, bro. You hate Vision. Like you hate him.
Why? You're the only one who mentioned Vision.
Yeah, I'm not even... What are you talking about? You don't? Why do you like Vision?
What about,
He screws everything up.
What about, like, Doctor Doom?
He hasn't been in the MCU.
Yeah, he hasn't. We haven't seen bro yet.
Oh, we're talking... Technically, he has, though.
Where?
With the multiverse.
Where, though? Has he even been mentioned? Has he even mentioned?
I don't know.
Hey, do you want to come up with a list with me?
Yeah, bro. Like, come over. Let's end it now. Just come over and do it.
What about Moon Knight, bro? Moon Knight is the only person that... do you see that? Moon Knight's the only person that Taskmaster won't imitate because he's very self-harming. You see that?
Who'd you say?
Moon Knight.
Taskmaster, Black Widow villain?
Yeah.
Taskmaster?
Not technically. Taskmaster's not just Black Widow's villain, but...
Who said that? What it said that?
It's something in the comics. I can't remember when I read that, but Taskmaster won't imitate Moon Knight because... And I know this more comic book than whatever, but because Moon Knight is very self-harming and stuff. Like bro... At some storyline, he, like, who was he fighting? Someone, and he, like, ran a plane into this person that he was fighting just to win. Bro, leave me alone, bro. I'm done with this, buddy.
Man.
But just to let you know, I have not read every comic book of the Marvel Universe.
Bro, me either. Josh knows more than me.
Yeah,
Man's
so
over here fighting for Moon Knight and Vision, man.
yeah, let's have a Vision debate. Screw Toughest Avengers,
Yeah.
bro. I want to know why you keep mentioning Vision, bro, because he's probably like down there on one of my least favorite. He's up there on my least favorite characters, but
Vision, I'll say Vision has the potential to be the toughest.
yeah,
but
which
he's
makes it
not.
worse.
This man can do all these things, but he's going to be going to. He would rather sit on the sidelines and be emotional with Wanda, and whenever it actually comes,
Yeah, he'd
to
rather
it,
chase that
he's
tail
gonna-
and fight battles.
I don't care. And when it comes to it, he literally gets stabbed in the chest or whatever by one of Thanos's
yeah.
like henchmen, Corvus Glaive or whatever. Like obviously, if you're smart enough, you would be able to see him coming from behind. And then you mean to tell me, as hurt as you are or whatever, you're just gonna let Thanos walk straight up to you and just pinch it out?
I can name, bro. I don't think there's a single movie where he fully did the right thing. I mean, besides Age of Ultron, but then again, he was like, I don't know.
Yes.
He was a problem. He was in general, even though he wasn't like alive yet, he was still the main problem in Problem and Fuss and Age of Ultron. Then you get him in Civil War, he paralyzes Rhodey.
This man's powerful enough to stop everything. He just wants to sit there. We are out of time, and just sit there with Wanda.
I know. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he got revived too. Second chance, he's still like not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying, bro? And he's always like touching the stone, trying to figure it out. Like, dog, bro. He's like, I'm trying to understand. What's this? I'm like, bro, just like, come on, man. So yeah, he pisses me off a lot, bro. Hopefully, White Vision is a dog. Hopefully, White Vision's a dog.
Yeah, this man would rather have a quote off with Ultron and Thanos than actually like do something. But man,
I know, right?
My bad, guys. All right.
But I mean, I don't know if we are taking those kind of characters out of consideration, like a Thor, like a Vision or whatever, because they're not human, then I don't think you can put Deadpool and Wolverine in there. If we are deciding like toughest is the people like without like regular human characters, I think.
Moon Knight.
I mean, I get, and he has powers, but he's not like a Thor, like a Thanos, like.
You just said we're taking them out. I thought.
What? I said taking out people like with like powers and like Thor, Thanos, and everything. But if we're considering like the human characters, and you said Moon Knight, and I was like, you just said we're taking them out.
Vision.
Yeah, dude. I think as far as like tough characters go, I'll put Cap. I'll put Cap, Spider-Man.
Let's just do top three.
Yeah, Cap, Spider-Man, Daredevil. You can put Punisher in there maybe. I'd still include Wolverine. Just after like watching through Logan and everything, you'd have to put Wolverine.
Thanks.
But maybe trying to get through with this, man.
They said you mentioned Deadpool and then Nick Fury, so I'm a little confused. Hey, whoever's making the thumbnail for this video, you need to put Vision's head on Mason. Like, where's Mason's head? It's like, oh, he's right there. He's Vision.
We are dragging to the finish line in this episode, guys. But final thoughts on the toughest characters here. Cade, you got a little group. Is yours?
What do you mean, my toughest characters?
Yeah, just rattle off 3 to 5 of your
3 to 5. You know, number one
decide.
is Thanos, bro. You ain't gonna stop him. It takes a snap with 5 Infinity Stones to get rid of that mofo. Number 2, you got Cap. As you know, he can do this all day. He can do this all day, bro. So there's no quitting for bro. Yeah, you know, the third one, you know, you got Spider-Man. You got, I don't know, man. I'd probably leave. I don't know. Thor could be a little bit tougher, bro, for a god. Let's think about that, man. I remember he got stabbed by Loki in Avengers 1. He's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and he comes back to the scene like after 4 of the scenes, and bro's still pouting about the small knife that went through his gut. I'm pretty sure Black Widow's gotten stabbed and she's still flipping around there. Let's talk about Black Widow jumping off the spaceship and grabbing it with one arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's unrealistic for human, but she still did it. She still did it. You remember that, Ish? Like, she jumped up. She's like, give me a lift.
You on your list? She's on your list?
She's on my list, yeah. Okay, written on my list exactly as Thanos, Cap, Killmonger, Black Widow, Iron Man. Iron Man wasn't really on there, but it was an idea. I was trying to really debate. You know, he's got armor, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. And then Nick Fury, you know, he's been taken, so all that. And then,
yeah, and then, you know, just for the sake of the episode and the fun, Mace, whatever you think it means, what do you have?
Whatever, are you kidding me?
Are you
kidding
kidding me?
You got Vision, you got Moon Knight. Who else is on your list?
America. Number 1, I got Captain America. Number 2, I got Moon Knight. Number 3, I got Vision.
Nah, you tripping, bro.
All right,
Just
bro.
kidding. All right,
Vision ain't tough.
We're gonna pull Thanos up to your Vision, man. See what happens.
Oh, wait. Ah, dang. I wanted to add a quick topic in here, but I'm going to save it. I had a good topic to put. We can put it in the next agenda.
That dude Vision would rather try to reason with Thanos and have a debate with him than actually, like...
No. Age of Ultron, he's like, I'm on the side of life. I'm like, bro, you better tell us whose side you on, bro. Like, dog. Bro's ridiculous, man. I can't stand Vision.
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
Well, you better make it real simple real quick.
Captain America, Age of Ultron. Hey, make easier quotes next time. Man, y'all got me on the quotes this time. Hey, but let's go ahead and announce a topic for next agenda. I want to announce it because it's an idea, so we do not forget it. A topic of something to do. I saw something on Instagram that was very interesting. Listen. There's 6. We throw in 6. I can get it all set up. Each of us will bring it. So agenda for episode 3. We each bring 6 MCU characters to the table, right? So we each have our own 6. And in those 6, we'll do each one. You get to pick 3 to protect you, and the other 3 are trying to kill you.
I like it.
Or we can switch up however we want. Next episode, just want to announce that. I saw on Instagram. It was actually a good idea. I can't remember who was on it, but I was actually debating and struggling to see. So if we did that, if I come into this and I tell you guys, I'm like, these are your 6 MCU characters. Pick 3 that are protecting you, and the other 3 are coming to fight you.
I love it.
Or should we, I'm trying to think. If we're coming up with them on our own, how does this work? If we're coming up with them on our own, I can easily choose, 3 characters coming at me, and then I'll just choose my 3 that easily combat those 3. Or should we,
You try to make it hard. So us 3
or should we, or do we give each other a list of characters that are coming at us, and then on our own we have to come up with the character? I say, I'll give Mace 3 characters he has to fight. And then he comes back he has to think of the 3 characters that have to fight my 3 characters that are coming at him.
Yeah. Usually the way they do it in those is they give you 6 characters and then you choose the 3 and 3.
Oh, okay. So you just have a random list of 6.
You have a random list.
Which 3 of those that are
and it's basically giving you a consequence of, if you're not going to pick these guys, they're coming after you.
Okay, so I see. So we each bring a list of 6.
Yeah, 6
and the
MCU
other 2
characters
have to choose from your 6.
Yes.
So you 2 would have to choose from my 6 rather than me just randomly choosing a 6. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, but you got to make it hard. You got to be like, if I'm picking Thanos, then that means Doctor Doom's coming after me. So I probably, you know what I mean. But then makes conversation, arguments.
Not bad. Well, that will do it with episode 2 of the Dream Juice Chronicles. I enjoyed it, y'all. All Vision and Moon Knight quotes aside, man. This man pulling from Moon Knight edition 58, dude. Throwing a plane at people or something, dude. But that'll do it with this. More good stuff in store for you guys. We're gonna be uploading more on YouTube. Try to get the shorts up. Got the Instagram page running. And exciting stuff in the future. So that'll do it for episode 2. See you guys later.
Dream on.
Dream juice, dream juice.